Hey guys, thanks for joining the show. This is the live unboxing of the Apple iPhone X in space gray and silver. I have both of them here. Really excited about this live stream because I've never live unboxed any of my iPhones. I've had all of the iPhones, all the way from the original, back when my family and friends laughed at me for spending so much money on a phone. While they were content with their flip phones, I had the first iPhone, and then, of course, fell in love with it and have had every one since then, except for the 8. I mean, clearly I wanted the anniversary edition, the 10-year anniversary. I call it the X. I know it's the 10, but, I mean, iPhone X, I think, just sounds a lot cooler. Just two weekly. I have, hey, Jay, I've got the space gray. Actually, I don't know which is which. Space gray and silver. Silver is mine. Space gray is the wife's. I don't know. Typically, in the past, I go with the space gray and the black. But since the bezel isn't a consideration here, I mean, there is no bezel. It's screen to screen. But because they're both the same, I kind of like the look of the silver, especially around the edge. That silver band looks a lot more appealing to me than the stainless steel. But anyway, let's get these out of their FedEx boxes here. Let's see, there's probably some, send back stuff. This is through Verizon, and I do the trade-in program. Basically, never really have to pay for a phone because you just pay your monthly fee and you get a new phone every year. Can't beat that. Hey, William. Just taking a look at some cool iPhone 10s. I went with 64 gig version, and some people kind of scoffed at me, but I really don't use a ton of storage. I mean, the library that I keep on my iPhone is typically around 20 gig, and I don't store it up. I don't fill it up with tons of videos and pictures. Anything that I do take, I transfer and get rid of off my phone. You hate iPhones? Yeah, it's definitely a polarizing world. You know, I tried a Note, I think the Note, maybe the Note 3 or 4 somewhere quite a while ago, and I just can't do Android. It's too confusing, and I like the fact, like the stability of iOS. You know, Apple does their own hardware, they do the software, so of course you're going to get an extremely stable experience. So yeah, here they are. I'm not sure which is which. Let's see. But yeah, 64 gig is fine by me. Silver, of course, on the left here, and space gray. So might as well take out, let's do space gray first. Very excited. As I said, I've had every iPhone, and this one is quite a jump in design, and it's the 10th anniversary. I don't know if any of you watched the keynote, but I mean, that was probably one of my favorite post-Jobs keynotes ever. I mean, because obviously where they shot it at, his namesake, and the fact that I'd kind of been upset that they didn't do, the whole one more thing anymore. But I understood it. That was Steve's deal. So I understood, but I missed it. That was always such a cool thing at a keynote. So I got a little choked up when they did that for the keynote for this, It was pretty cool. But yeah, the box is just like you'd expect from Apple. Stickers and documentation, of course. Always. There she is. This is the first time I have seen it and held it in person, live on camera here. Feels very nice. Of course, the lightning cable, your adapter here, your earpods, and charging adapter. So yeah, one of my favorite parts of a new Put a spinner on the tip. Yeah. Yeah, I could spin this, maybe. One of my favorite parts of unboxing a iPhone is that satisfying pull of the plastic. Oh yeah. There she is. All right, let's fire it up. Can't wait to see this screen. The new OLED screen, supposedly brighter, more contrast, better blacks. Gonna come from the side here so that I can see it. There's the infamous notch. I don't think it's gonna bother me at all. I kind of like how there's data up in those spots, like time and, you know, other indicators. Hola. Swipe up, I'm guessing. Yep. English. Probably this is the wife's phone, so I'm just going to set it up as a new phone, and then we can deal with backups later. We connect it to Wi-Fi at least here. All right. Beautiful screen. Man, it just really pops. You know, I'm so used to Apple's, you know, obviously this is their first OLED screen. It's just, can't believe how much it pops. Excuse me. Just feels like it, I don't know, it feels like it's closer to the surface for some reason. Could not activate, blah, blah, blah. Server can't be reached. Yeah, not a surprise. I mean, this time of day, I'm sure there's tons of activations trying to happen. While that's doing its thing, I'll get into the other one here. But I also have like 100, not 100, but I don't know, maybe like 50 cases for it that I got for pennies. Because I used to do this Amazon review deal before Amazon shut that down, where, you know, they'd send you products for free and you would just review them, you know, hopefully give them 5 stars. That's what they're going for. But when Amazon shut that down, that kind of died out. But now it's still there, but they just give you those prices with no requirement of review. But of course, that's what they're going for. They just legally, or not legally, but they just can't say it. Yeah, they do have iPhone X cases for, like, you know, at Apple and like some of the other popular brands. They're so expensive, but these, even without getting them for like 10, 20 cents, like I've got most of these, they run maybe like $6 to $10. And with my 7S Plus, that's all I used were those cheap cases and the cheap screen protectors that you can get for like $5 or less. And you know what? They protected it from many falls numerous times. So I'm fine with the cheap stuff. You know, I can't see spending $50 for a case when I can get a case for $1. Like, here's my wife's choice. I think this is the one she picked. No, might have been the rose gold. All right, let's see where we are here. Okay, there's her phone number. I didn't think it would come up. Yeah, I like Spigen. You know, I used to get a lot of Spigen cases. But again, I mean, that's more mid-range. I think that they're probably like 15 to 20, I would guess. I used to get spec cases, Urban Armor, you know, pay like $70 for a case. I used to do OtterBoxes back in the day when I thought, you know, oh, I could throw this off a house and it'd be okay. But yeah, I'm content with the cheap cases. I am noticing here as I'm authenticating that the screen feels a little yellow. But maybe that's just the angle I'm at. 7.9. Entering some personal information here, so sorry for the delay. I do like it. I don't mind the notch, like I said. I think it's cool that they've, you know, thrown some stuff up there. We'll see in games and watching videos if I really am bothered by it. But I am what I imagine is going to happen is, you know, after playing with this all day, that I'm just going to forget that it's there. You know, it's kind of like when the mechanical function of the home button was removed, and then it was, you know, totally haptic. At first, I was like, this is odd, but like before the day was up, it was no different. It felt like I was actually pressing a button, and it was fine. All right, it's not letting me activate. I figured this might be the case due to the popularity of activations that happen on launch day. But we'll keep giving it a shot. I might have to plug it in and do it that way. I think that's what I did last year. But actually, no, that's not the case. Last year, there was a weird issue with my Verizon order where I ordered my wife and I's phone on the same order, but not the same model of, I think she had the 7S, I had the 7S Plus. And because there was a slight delay on one of them, they of course delayed mine. So people who ordered after me were getting theirs, and I had to wait like an extra week. Set up later. We don't want to do Face ID. Don't use passcode. We just want to check the phone out. Set up his new phone. Apple ID. I don't want to do that. Set up later. Here we go. I think we're getting somewhere now. Continue. Must be everything proof. Yeah, you know, $1,000 is a lot for a phone, but with like I'm paying an extra, I think $5 a month than what I was paying for the 7S. So really, I mean, and I'm going to obviously upgrade in a year, so that's an extra $60 on top of what I was paying. So my monthly bill plus $60, and I get a new phone. So yeah, if you're just buying it outright, and I know I lose a little bit of money by sending in, you know, sending in my iPhone 7S Plus when there's I think there's $400 left to pay on it. And I could probably sell it myself for maybe like $550 or something. I don't know. I don't pay for AppleCare weekly. I am in the camp of screen shields, tempered glass screen protectors, and cases. So I've never had any damage to the wireless charging. Yeah, that'll go through the case. I think you get, I saw a few videos, you get a decent amount of space between the coils. So that's not a problem for 95% of all the wireless chargers out there. Yeah, $2,000 for this. So not cheap, but you know me, I gotta have it. Siri, set up later. Don't share. Continue. Blah, blah, blah. We just want to look at the phone. Thanks. Obviously, Face ID is not set up, so you're not getting the full experience here. So far, is it worth it? So far, yes. And the screen alone that I can tell. I mean, I'm not used to OLED, so, I mean, to me it looks light years ahead of what Apple had been doing. It's just gorgeous. Look at that viewing angle, too. Love it. Michael, you're waiting? Yeah, I was surprised. Usually FedEx runs 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for me, so I'm guessing they've got some extra trucks out today. What happened to my thumb? Well, I was actually deciding which knife to use for unboxing. The new Hinderer that I got, the XM18, or this guy, or that Curtis, that fake Curtis that I have. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to use to unbox it, and when I was fake unboxing and talking, you know, like pretending like I would to see, I was messing around and the liner lock on this guy sticks. It's really tough. And I had been used to my hinderer, which is very, very nicely done, very easy to do. And it got stuck and smacked me right in the top of the thumb. Pretty deep cut. But super glued it, and now we're good to go. But yeah. All right, back to, oh, I like that. You can touch it too. Oh, I like that how it rolls too. Rolls upward. Let me make sure that's not just in the camera. Nope. That's how it is. Just kind of fades in from see that? Woo. Very nice. The glass, ooh, yeah, fingerprint magnet for sure. Looks nice. I guess let's get out the silver one and see how that is. If I can unbox this without cutting myself. It's kind of hard to see. Oh yeah, that's right, I don't need to cut it. Oh, it's been so long. Okay, silver one. This one's going to be mine. The camera, yeah, I hear good things. I hear mixed reviews when compared to the Pixel 2 and a few other phones. You know, it's always improved, but I don't think Apple's ever really on top of the game as far as cameras. Oh, I like that better. Let's get out the... So, and then I'm typically a black space gray guy because that's, you know, when the bezel was white, I do not like white phones on the front. You know, it's very distracting to me. I've always liked black, so I've always gone with your space grays and things like that. But now that that's gone and they are the same, definitely like that silver look to the side as opposed to the space gray. And of course, yeah, the back does look very white. Doesn't quite look silver, but you know, being a case guy, the back doesn't really matter. But I do like this, the silver side. Oh yes, satisfying pull. Yes, yes, yes. I dig the look too. I mean, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this, you know, the vertical cameras, but especially on the silver back, I think it looks pretty classy. Definitely a gorgeous piece of hardware. Can it break easily? Yeah, from what I've seen in, I think Jerry Rig did some drop tests already, or maybe he did the 8. I can't remember if he did the 8 or the X. I'm sure it's the same. Hey, Matt. How's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream. We're not doing spinners. We're checking out this beastly new iPhone X. Quick start. Set up manually. Yeah, THS. I've got about 20 glass screen shields for the X. Yeah, I think all said and done, I ordered 20 cases and 10 glass screen shields, and that cost me around $20 for all of that. So pretty pumped. Yep, wireless charging does work with the case, as long as you don't have, yeah, a metal case, or if there's some cases have magnets in it that could interfere with that charging. But generally, as long as the coil is decent on the wireless charger, you know, some of them have 2-3 coils even. No, those certainly will work really well. But I've seen some testing on some of the popular ones on Amazon, and they all seem to work with the case just fine. You get plenty of space. Any of the cases? Yeah, I mean, the cases that I have to showcase, they aren't nice. They're just, I mean, they're not fancy name brand stuff. This is all Amazon stuff, but it's quality TPU. Like here's a clear one that I had entertained using because it's got the bubbled corners for drop protection. It's very quality material, and it's, you know, $5 case maybe. And they all fit, you know. These case manufacturers received the dimensions of the phones in advance so that they can have that stuff ready to roll. How long is it, Marco? That I don't know, and I don't have my tape measure here. The best glass screen protector for reducing fingerprints. What I would do, I mean, typically the more you pay for a screen shield, like the longer that oleophobic or anti-fingerprint film will stay intact. From what I have seen, it's anywhere from a month to 3 months best case scenario. So a month for like some cheap stuff like this, maybe 3 months that coating stays intact on the nicer, more expensive screen shields. But you know, that I change my glass shields a lot just because I end up getting a lot, and they'll get chipped maybe, you know, the cheaper ones especially, even though they all say, you know, 9H hardness, blah, blah, extreme durability. The right drop is going to crack them or chip them. And I typically, throughout a cycle, a year, I end up breaking probably three screen shields. So, you know, 3, let's say and I've never had an issue with fingerprints on the glass stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Your mileage may vary, pretty much is where I'm going with that. See if this one will be able to activate. Definitely like the clear case. I've never been the clear case kind of guy because I've never really cared about me seeing what the, you know, like a lot of people are concerned. You got to have the Apple logo. If you're going to have a case, you got to, you know, got to have a hole in the center so you can see that out. You know, I've never really cared about that at all, or cared that people can see what I'm using. So I've always been, you know, a black case guy. Typically something like this is what I would use. But I like the look of the camera. I like giveaway. Yeah, right. Can the back break? Yeah, the back does have glass. I've seen it on the iPhone 8 drop tests. That glass, you know, like Jerry was saying, his name's not Jerry. Jerry Rigg was saying, or the guy, I can't remember who it was. Anyway, whoever he had was just saying, you know, you can make glass as strong as you can, but it's still glass. It's still gonna break under the right conditions. So, yeah, no matter how much stronger Apple says their new glass is, you know, drop tests, they always seem to break. You know, it's really strange. I'm here reaching, you know, where the touch ID used to be for that haptic button. I keep wanting to press it, and it just feels very foreign, like I've had my phone upside down. There was my phone number if anyone wants to give me a call. Whoops. That's all right. All right. Soch number for some reason. Don't think I've ever had to authenticate with that before on an iPhone, but I'm not sure. I kind of like the notch. I keep looking at it. I expected it to be distracting, like very distracting for me at the start, but it's not. I think I'm going to forget about it pretty quick. Especially, I mean, with the white screen, it's obviously very glaringly there, but, you know, through various apps. The image appears crisp. Yeah, Michael, I was saying that earlier too. I don't have much experience with OLED, but the viewing angle seems really, really nice. And yeah, like everything just seems like it's closer to the surface for sure. All right, let me set up Face ID here. Position your face in the camera frame. All right, we got the first one done. Very strange feeling. All right, Face ID is set up now. Set up my passcode. All right, I think we're in business. Blah, blah, blah. Set up his new phone for now. Skip the Apple ID for now. Don't use, blah, blah, blah. Agree. I think some of the things I'm going to do before I send in my 7S Plus is maybe run some benchmarks. Oh, Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Gotta set up Siri real quick. Hey, Siri, how's the weather today? Hey, Siri, it's me. All right. Siri is set up. Oh, let's share with those developers. Why not? Yeah, True Tone. All right. Let's go with True Tone. Why not? Blah, blah, blah. Switch between apps. I think I've seen everything. Oops. Kind of off frame there. Sorry about that. Swipe up. And we are in. I'm recording with the 7S. I wish I had it down here to compare. But yeah, definitely loving on that screen. Messages here. Let's send a message to nobody. Check out an emoji. That seems to be one of the popular features with Face ID. Let's. Oh, it's not really picking me up. There we go. Ha 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 ha. Ooh. Yeah, I can see people acting like fools doing this in public. Oh, there's a bit of a delay. Probably because I'm not facing it directly at me and it's obstructed by the mic. No tongue yet. Maybe, yeah, who knows what developers are going to be able to do with, access to these tools. It's kind of scary to think in terms of like advertising. If your phone can know when you're paying attention to an ad and see how you react to the ad and analyze your data. I mean, I know supposedly they're only supposed to do it if you allow it or whatever, but I mean, let's not be naive here. It's just interesting. But anyway. So yeah, guys, here it is. I'm going to get into making some more videos with this guy and doing some testing. So yeah, if you're interested in that, stay tuned to the channel. But thanks you guys for watching the unboxing. And those of you waiting, definitely worth the wait for sure. All right, later.